Good lord. I don't know how to drive these cars. Maybe with only 625 horsepower, they're not too bad. I think I needed a 139. Or was that gold? Hang on, I think that was gold. I didn't even look at bronze. I'm probably okay. I think if 139 was gold, I might be okay. No. Oh. Okay. Okay, that should be fine. There we go. Here we go. Oh! If you wanted the Z8, the Z8 has the E39 engine. So you've got the engine, just in a different chassis. Actually, you know what? I'm uncertain. I don't think there's any M5 in this. I don't think there's a single M5. Yeah. Not even one. From any generation. The only M6 that we have as well is a GT3 M6. Oh yeah, we got the CX-30, you bet. Definitely, the 190E was the underdog versus the E30. The E30 got all the love. And, you know, Cal, I even forget about the 190E a lot. I forget about it a lot. Maybe, you know what it might be, Cal? Yeah. the box, the gearbox is funny. The in the road car. You know, the other thing about the 190E is, I think in general the E30 was sexier. The lower spec E30s were sexier than the equivalent Mercedes of the time. So maybe that's gone some of a way in helping the E30 M3 be the one that shines brighter. Like an E30 323 or 325 is pretty special. People love those cars. Smooth. I had a teacher in high school who had a 300D, and it was pastel yellow. He wasn't even an old guy. He was not an old guy, so it wasn't like old man car, but like he was an old man, but he had an old man car. And diesel might be a more common choice in Australia now, but back then, oh god, back then, it was weird. it was like, it was weird in Australia to have a diesel Mercedes. It was really weird. He was a weird guy. I love those things, Cal. I love those things. Is that clean race bonus? Yes. Oh, I forgot to check what the prize tickets are this week. I reckon my mum's car probably does 9s, 8s, 400 kilometers an hour. I find it strange that people talk in that manner when it comes to 0 to 100, because you're talking quarter mile times, not 0 to 100 times. Whoa. You know, if you say you've got a 12-second car, that's your time on the quarter mile. Not to 100, right? But I actually had some friends who talk like that. Oh, is that my clean race bonus gone? They were talking about I think they were talking about an SLK 320 or something like that. And I think because it could do the sprint to 100 kilometers an hour in like 5.9 seconds or something. 5.7 or whatever. He was calling it a 5-second car. And I was like, wait, 5-second car? It's like, yeah. I'm like, it does a 5-second quarter mile? It's like, oh no, to 100. And I'm like, dude, you don't... That's not how you talk. You made that up. But apparently their whole group talks like that. That's pretty good, Cal. 7.7. That's actually a pretty quick car, you know? I can feel, I think my brake pedal might need some lubing. It might need some live lubing, maybe. That might happen. been pretty good for some time now, so it's probably due for a lubing. Oh god. That's not a clean race. Shit. Especially when the AI takes me out. Mate, I gotta get up there. I've got one lap to get at least into third place. I gotta hustle. And I suppose I don't have a clean race bonus to look after anymore. Go. All right, a win is still possible. Give us a sec, Cal. Let me get this race done. So Cal, I once witnessed at a racetrack one of my friends, he didn't have a car for his track day, so he did one of the zaniest things you could do. He hired a Toyota Corolla. This would have been a early 2000s Corolla with round headlights. He's hired an automatic Toyota Corolla for a track day because he didn't have a car ready for the track day, but he booked the track day. Oh, clean race bonus! Yeah! Alright, flappy paddles. Damn, it rotated really nicely under braking. That was pretty cool. 4 laps, eh? Having the really good tires is wonderful because it lets you change your lines through the corners. Oh, what's like in the wet? Off the line? Look, it's never been the best off the line, right? You've got to... You can't just dump the clutch off the line, even in the dry. You've got to let the clutch slip a little bit off the line and gradually let it out. You've really got to... You've got to feel the grip, because if you dump it, you can really easily get axle tramp. It's easy to bog down as well if you don't give it enough revs and slip the clutch enough. But I got used to it pretty quick. In terms of its handling, I am extremely confident driving that car in the wet. I mean, it's mainly down to the tires. I run the top of the range, or whatever the top of the range Continentals are at any time. So that used to be the CSC 5P. It is now sorry, it used to be the CSC 5P, and then it became the CSC 6, and now the CSC 7 is out. I don't have CSC 7s yet, but at some point, you know, I'm going to transition from the CSC 6 to the 7. When I need new tires. I just haven't been driving the car a lot, so I don't need new tires, but I just saw that the CSC 7's out. And the main reason I run the Continentals, I would like to try Michelin Pilot Sport 5s or 4s. I think they're up to 5. I think they're up to 5. But they're too expensive. I considered... I think I won't get a massive uplift in performance or life, tire wear. There may be an uplift in performance, there may be an uplift in tire wear, but it's $100 per tire. That's $100 per tire more, and I can't justify that for a car that, you know, I just drive on the road, and I don't push the performance of the car. I just, you know, have a little bit of fun with it. You know, I get 70 to 80% of its performance. Sometimes, most of the time, I'm just driving it around and barely asking 40% of it, you know, 50% of it. So to spend $400 more when I need to change tires, I just don't get the value out of it. I don't see that it would have any impact on, you know, in a crisis situation. I can't imagine that extra little bit of performance, a tiny bit of performance, will make the difference between life and death. I don't see that. I really don't. Well, there's the other thing. If I was to track day it, if it was a serious track day car, it wouldn't even be the Pilot Sports going on there. I'd probably buy a second set of wheels and put semi-slicks on, you know, and I'd take the wheels down to the track with me, and I'd swap the wheels over for the track tires. I'd get you know, forged lightweight wheels with semi-slicks, and I'd swap them at the track. That's probably what I'd do. So the reason I'd get Pilot Sports is if it was if I was doing drive days all the time. Okay. I should have considered a brake balance controller for this car. Oh no, this is a V12. Murcielago, not Gallardo. This is a V12. This is most definitely a V12. Murcielago LP640. That's a V10 that I just overtook. That's a V10. God damn it, F-Type, move. Jesus, F-Type. No, R8's got a V10 and a V8. The V12 is Lamborghini only. But the Gallardo has the V10. This is a V12. This is a 100% Lamborghini engine. Oh no, I'm coming in way too hot. That's bad. That's really bad. That's clean race bonus gone right there. Shit. Oh, g'day, Ampulix. The Huracan had a V10. So this is a V10 in front of us. And yes, the V10 was shared with the Audi R8. That one. Which bingo mark did you mark, Danley? Oh boy. Which bingo square did you just get? What's that in the leader? 911? No, that's not a 911. What is that? Oh, yes, it is a 911. A 997? Or is it a 991? That's a 991. Oh, it's an RGT, but it's a 991 based RGT. I think you can turbo this V12, Cal. I'm pretty sure you can. My Jaguar XJR has turbos on that V12. Whether or not you can turbo this V12, I'm not sure. Maybe not. But I mean, in real life, you'd be able to. You'd probably want to lower the compression ratio with pistons or the like. But you absolutely could turbo these engines. God damn. This car needs either weight loss or tire improvements. They can, but not necessarily. It depends on how it depends on how crazy you push the turbo. And it depends on how well you cool the turbo. Yeah, that's right. The four-wheel drive does make it fat. 1,600 kilos. Man, if I had got the clean race bonus on this one. Damn. Oh, is it Suzuka? It is. My God. It's got way too much torque. Holy crap. It has way too much torque. Mother. Best 2 out of 3. Alright. I got a better idea of how to drive a car. Torque is, because it's a diesel, the torque is overbearing. the slightest inputs, and that tail goes for it. It's gonna rain. In the rain. What? Why are they're changing tires? Is my fuel being worn down? There is fuel consumption? What? How did I miss that? Oh, there's the rain. All right, well, we can fill up again. We can change tires and we can fill up. Yeah, my tire's about halfway done. I should have noticed my tires being worn, but I swear it didn't have any fuel consumption and tire wear. So I've only got intermediates on. I don't have wets. That is a gamble. Not going well for me at the moment. Really not going well for me. Fucking hell. Should have put wets on. It is taking a lot of focus. Yes. Also, my fan isn't on, and it's starting to warm up, so I'm getting sweaty as well. So the comfort level is not the highest. You do have vents in a real race car that channel air in. But yes, a real race car is a very hot, sweaty place. Especially when you're wearing a fireproof suit, no mech suit, no liquid passes in and out of those things. So they're not ventilated by any stretch of the imagination. Fucking not there again. Line's almost dried up. But the problem is there's still puddles that can catch you unaware. The line is almost dried up. I wonder if this had accelerated time. Maybe this had no accelerated time. Maybe that's what caught me. Or maybe I just didn't look at it properly. Oh god. Oh, my tires were screwed. That's why I didn't brake. Oh, yo, boss, blood craze, yeah. Yeah, that went well. It could have been a disaster. Oh, I need to take a pee. Oh my god. Straight in, no preparation, no protection. That's when it will happen. It's a tease. It's a tease if we just test it. We go into the event, we throw it into the event. Oh, sorry, the coins. Oh no, I got a lightweight chassis thing. You know, I just bought that fucking thing. Alright, what car? Okay, VGT or concept car, of course, right? Oh, it's gonna be a Formula car, isn't it? Alright, there's two VGTs and two Formulas and the... Oh, well, I guess it's not VGT or Formula or concept. I guess I can sell it because I already got one, right?